Okay, so here's the deal. I figured I would start this in the car on my lunch break because I want to start reading as soon as I get home. But I had a little mini surgery earlier this week. Nope, not earlier this week. It's Monday, last week. Um, and because of that, I am on kind of like light duty, can't really exercise, stuff like that, because I'm not allowed to lift anything. So I figured since I had to cancel personal training tomorrow, it's my day off, and that was the only appointment I had. So I literally have a wide open day off for once in my life. So I figured why not try to use it to catch up on my March TBR because I am super far behind. It's March 20th. Oh, happy spring, by the way. Today's the first day of spring. It's March 20th right now, and I have finished exactly one book from my March TBR. So I need to catch up quickly before I make my next TBR video. Um, so I'm going to do a little kind of mini 24-hour readathon where I just, like, not reading for 24 hours, but just seeing how much I can get read in a 24-hour period. So, like I said, today is Monday. I'm probably going to start when I get home from work. So, probably like around 5-ish, and then just go until like 5-ish tomorrow. So that's the plan. Like I said, I figured I would just film the intro ahead of time so that I could just get down to the reading when I get home. Um, and yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to read from probably 5 p.m. Monday until 5 p.m. Tuesday. And we'll just see how much progress I can make. I'm going to be starting, obviously, with Well Traveled. This is my current physical read, and I also have Four Aunties and a Wedding on my Kindle. And then I don't have any audiobooks on my TBR right now, which is why I'm kind of like, okay, I need to get to reading because I don't have any audiobooks to listen to. So that's my way of getting through my TBR quickly, and I don't have that. So I have to do a lot of physical reading in the next day and in the next 11 days before the end of the month. So yeah, that's the plan, and I will check in when I have read some stuff later on and maybe for the official start of this vlog. So I decided to eat dinner before I started my little readathon. So it is now 6 o'clock. It's actually 6:02. My husband's sitting right there and he'll probably yell at me if I try to lie. So I have my book here. I'm going to just read for a little while. He's going to watch some TV and we'll see how far we get tonight. And then tomorrow will be completely dedicated to reading, and I'm very excited. I think I can finish this book. That's what I'm saying right now at the beginning of this readathon. We'll see how that goes, but I think I can at least finish this book. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It's about 6:30. My husband just left for work. I'm finishing up my coffee and waiting for the sun to rise. It's actually still pretty dark outside. But I just wanted to check in. Last night I did about an hour of reading. I read from probably around 6 to 7:15 with a little break in between because I got a phone call. And then after that, I pretty much got ready for bed, and then we watched an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I passed out around 8, 8:30, something like that. So the majority of my reading is going to be done today. Like I said, it's about 6:30 in the morning right now, and I'm about to start reading, and I'm planning on reading as much as possible today. I probably won't read for 12 hours straight because my eyes will want to die and like be ripped out of my head. But I'm going to do as much reading as I can in the next like 11 and a half hours. So wish me luck, and I'll check in after I've read something. Okay, so I just wanted to give a quick update. It's a little past 8 a.m. now, and I've been reading. I'm a little over halfway through Well Traveled right now, and this book just went from like 0 to 100 immediately. Like, like I'm not gonna give spoilers really because first of all, it's the fourth book in a series, but I mean it is a romance novel, so you know. But the characters didn't even show any real like growth towards each other, and then all of a sudden they just had this huge like whatever. And I don't know. Like usually the other three books I read,
there was a lot of like build up in the relationship. Like the book was very focused on the relationship. In this book, it's been more about the fair, and then all of a sudden this thing happened. Like I'm a little confused. I don't think it's Jen DeLuca's best work in the romance aspect. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop in and give that little, because it really threw me for a loop. Like it was like, wait, what? Um, so yeah, I just wanted to make that little comment. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading. One more thing. The banter, like the back and forth here. Okay, so our main character is 37 and the guy is 31. They're literally going back and forth like high schoolers. Like it sounds like a conversation that high schoolers would have, not 30 somethings. So that's a little weird to me too. But yeah, that's it. I think that's the last comment. Okay, it's 9:30. I have 100 pages left, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break. My eyes are starting to get a little tired. So, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Um maybe I don't know, clean up a little bit or something. Like I said, I don't have an audiobook from my March TBR, but I did finish The Dragon Reborn yesterday on my way home. Nope, on my way to work, and I started The Shadow Rising, the Wheel of Time books, on my way home from work, so I can always put that on. Again, not on my March TBR, but it's the audiobook that I have right now. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna take a little break, give my eyes a little bit of a rest, and then I will be back at it. Okay, back again. Still in the same spot. It is now 12:30 and I finished Well Traveled. This was so cute. I mean, I kind of griped at it in the middle there, but I did really end up enjoying it. Um, I really enjoyed this whole series, and this series just it really makes me long for just like a warm summer day spent outside, and like separately, like a fall day at a Renaissance fair, because all the Renaissance fairs around here are kind of like in September and October, so it's kind of more leaning towards fall. Because if you go in September, it's really hot and uncomfortable, so it's actually better to go later in the season. But anyway, so this book makes me long for both of those things. Unfortunately, it is the second day of spring. It is going to be like 50 something degrees out today, and it is sunny, but like not quite the vibe I'm going for with this book. But yeah, um, I enjoyed this whole series. I don't know if there's going to be any more. I think this is the last one that was like that I knew about. So I don't know if this is the last one. We didn't really meet any characters in this one that would kind of like flow into the next book. Like some usually companion novels, like the characters kind of show up in the previous book and you kind of get to know them a little bit and then they branch off from this book. And there weren't really any characters that seemed like good uh, contenders for that. So this might be the last one. I don't know. But if it is, overall, I really enjoyed this series and I recommend it. And if not, I can't wait for the next one to come out. Whenever that's going to be, I'm going to have to find out if there's going to be another one or not. But yeah, so like I said, it's 12:30. I have what 5.5 hours left, and I need to eat some lunch. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to give my eyes a little bit of a rest. I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I will regroup. I might want to take a shower too, actually. I'm feeling kind of icky. I'm still in my pajamas and like, so maybe I'll take a shower, eat lunch, take a shower, then pick my next book. I don't know if I'm in the mood for Four Aunties and a Wedding or if I want something else. I might be more in the mood for a fantasy now that I've read like a contemporary romance. I don't know if I'm in the mood for cozy mystery or whatever, but I'll figure it out after lunchtime. We're going to have lunch and then we will figure it out. Okay, so it's a little later. I had lunch. I decided not to take a shower yet. I'm going to do a little bit more reading first, and then when my eyes get tired again, that's when I'll probably take a break to take a shower. But I just wanted to check in. I'm going to be reading Four Aunties and a Wedding now. I am 58 pages into it. It's a little under 300 pages long. I don't think I'm going to finish it today, but this is what I'm going to work on, I think, for the rest of the day. I wasn't sure that I was in the mood for it, but then I saw it and I was like, I'm already started on it. I might as well just keep going. I need to get out of the habit of starting a million things at once and never finishing anything. That's why I'm 2/3 of the way through the month and I've finished 2 books. Um, well, 2 books from my TBR. I finished some other stuff, but yeah. So I'm going to be reading this next and for the rest of the day probably, but I'll check in and let you know how my progress is going along the way. I still have some time left before this readathon is over, so I should be able to get a good chunk of this read. I was going to read it on my Kindle, but I'm in the mood for a physical book right now, and I have it physically from the library, so I figured why not. All right, so yeah, I'm going to read this for a little bit and then I will check in after. Okay, so it's a little past 2 now. I made it to page 81 of Four Aunties and a Wedding, and I think I am actually going to take a break now, take a shower, and I also need to do a little bit of meal prep for the week. I need to cook some chicken and some quinoa and stuff before dinner because that is dinner for tonight and for the next few nights. So I'm going to do all that. And like I said a couple times in this vlog already, I don't have an audiobook for my March TBR. So while I do that, I'm probably just going to listen to The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. So not progress towards the TBR, but still reading. So the timer will keep going. I'm going to share, I've been using the stopwatch on my phone to kind of keep track of how much time I've actually been like sitting and reading. Because, like, I'm calling this 24-hour readathon because I'm focusing on reading for a 24-hour period, but I was curious as to, like, how much I was actually reading because I didn't lose any sleep last night. I didn't read while I was eating my meals or anything like that. So I stopped the timer when I wasn't reading, but it's going to keep going while I'm listening to my audiobook. And at the end, we'll see how much I've actually read. And then if I do this again, my goal will probably be to beat that time. So, however much time I've actually spent reading, next time I do a 24-hour readathon, I'm going to try to do better than that. Which, spoiler alert, I feel like it shouldn't be too hard because I feel like I've been reading a lot, but the time on the timer is a lot lower than I thought it would be. So, we'll see. Um, And actually, by the end of the vlog, if you want to leave a comment and let me know if you liked this style of video and if you would be interested in seeing if I can beat my time, let me know and I'll definitely do it again because it wasn't like it was hard to sit and read, but I don't know. I think it would be fun. I like to compete with myself. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go do some other stuff right now. Finally take a shower, do some cooking. I need to open up these blinds. We started our little seedlings for our garden and they're kind of like sitting on the bench in front of the window. So I want to open the window, like the blind, the shade, so that they can get some actual sunlight on them. Um, so yeah, that's the plan now. I'll let you know when I do some more reading or, how the audiobook is going, I guess. And yeah, okay, let me go. Let me stop procrastinating and actually get up and do things. Okay, I am finally all showered. I listened to The Shadow Rising while I was in the shower, and I mean, I'm only like 5% in, so I can't say if it's good or not, like if I'm liking it, but I mean, so far so good, I guess. Um, wow, I just look so pale right out of the shower and this bright light. I opened the shade so that the plants could get some strong sun and yeah, bright sun is not your friend when you're as fair as I am. But anyway, yeah, so I did that. Now I have to cook some chicken and stuff. Well, maybe I'll wait a little bit on that and do a little bit more reading in Four Aunties and a Wedding first. I don't know. But I also just got a call from my dermatologist's office. So I think I mentioned earlier in the vlog that last week I got a skin test done where I had to get like a little surgery and I ended up getting stitches. And they were basically just checking. I had a biopsy done and it came back with like atypical cells, so that were like considered very precancerous or something, like close to being cancer. So my dermatologist obviously wanted to go in, get rid of all those cells, make sure everything was gone. So I went in, they cut more, I got some stitches. And anyway, long story short, I just got the call from my dermatologist's office that everything, I got the all clear. We're all good. Everything is fine. So now I just have to wait for the stitches to heal up and get them removed, and I'm all done with that. So that's good. Um, so yeah, that's my little health update, I guess. Impromptu health update that nobody asked for in this reading vlog. But yeah, so I think I'm actually going to do a little bit more reading uh, in Four Aunties and a Wedding before I do my cooking, and then I'll go back to The Shadow Rising. So that's the plan now. And yeah, I'll let you know when I've read some more stuff, I guess. Okay, so it is officially past 6 o'clock. I'm finished with my 24-hour readathon. It is 6:08, so perfect timing. So I'm just going to go over quick what I got accomplished in that 24-hour period. I finished Well Traveled. I don't know, I think I read 185 pages in this one, and I read an additional, oops, I got papers falling everywhere. I read an additional 67 pages in Four Aunties and a Wedding. Really good progress. So between these two books, I read a total of 252 pages, and then I also listened to The Shadow Rising while I was doing some stuff around the house, and I listened to that for about an hour, and that equaled 5% of that audiobook. So not bad for that either. And my total time reading, like I said, I used a stopwatch. So I let it run when I was reading. I turned it off when I wasn't. So in the 24-hour period, I read for a total of 8 hours, 16 minutes, and 52 seconds. So over a third of the time I was reading. So I think that's pretty good, considering I couldn't be reading when I was sleeping and stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let me know what you think. If you wanted me to do this again, like I can compare and see if I can beat that time, and like read more of the 24-hour period. I think that would be fun to kind of like challenge myself, but let me know if you would be interested in that. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a like if you did, and leave me a comment and letting me know if you liked this format for me and if you'd like to see it again. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.